Hello, I'm just show you how I'm doing. Maybe it will be helpful. As you see, I changed my tape here, so it's quite thinner than this original one. That's helpful with the bath and the FEP film laying exactly on the screen, so we'll be not leaving a gap. So it's probably sometimes can make some problematic print as well. As you see, mine is changed already, so that's tape. It's quite nice laying. Just giving it the bath. Before you screwing the bath, make sure you're pushing by hands firmly, and it's left no any gap here. Then you put the screws and make sure both sides they pressured with the same way. So just by adjusting, holding your hand firmly down, just tighten up. Okay, the bath is on the position now, so let's focus now on this element. Before you install, just make sure this U-shape one element, it's not squeezed too much. When the printer comes to me originally, that element was so squeezed, so even if I loosed this bolts around, it was still hard to, moving up and down. So I just took the pliers and just make proper U shape with no hash, the squeeze down. So that's helpful. This must be really loose when you're losing, the bolts. So as I here, I'm just loose the bolts. Okay, and just install on the main column. Squeeze tight. When you get a loose bolts, your plate should, behave really nicely loose here. Then you go to start calibrating. That must be working quite loose. It can't be, the stucking from any position, because that could, make the failure of your, level your plate before you start printing. So column going same down. And how I'm doing now. Very important is I'm using this 2 fingers. From both sides I pushing firmly. Exactly same time both sides I pushing firmly plate to the screen. And for any moment I'm not leave it that. It's need to be all the time pushing in, as I'm doing here. So when you start tightening up your bolts, don't doing from one side first and then second side first, doing them across. So for example, if I'm start from the right bolt, further bolt, I'm tightening up. Before I'm start the other, I'm going across one, so I'm doing now left one, the closer one. All the time firmly drop down your plates, holding by fingers, and don't releasing. It's very important. All the time keep firmly down. For even a moment, don't let them go, because when you start positioning the bolts and tighten them up, your plate move in position, so all leveling will be wrong. So then these two I got already tidied up. Now when I'm start tidying up this one, the first right one, start tidying up as well this further across the sides. All the time firmly drop down plates by your fingers to the screen. Don't let them go. Okay, then done. Just left to add the resin. Good shake resin is quite important. If your resin stands enough for some moment, if you're not shaked, your printing will be failure. Okay, as you see, I still using anechoic gray. It's never failing me, so it's always successful. When I use the original Phrozen 4K gray, all my prints will fail, are never happen, you know, successful. So I change it for anechoic, and it always works. Okay, I have added the resin. The cover coming back. Choosing the file and go. I hope so. I can, you know, was quite helpful. Maybe something, you know, you get some will be working in your side. Mine always works this way. Cheers.